Hey parents, this video message is just for you. If you're like me, sometimes receiving long letters of information, you kind of read it, you kind of skim over it, and I thought I like to watch things sometimes more than I like to read them, so here it goes. Um, Spelling words. When I was growing up, and when most of us were growing up, we would receive words at the beginning of the week. We'd practice them at home. We'd have rote memorization at school. Uh, Test on Friday, forget them by Monday. And so spelling words never really stuck. That's why a lot of us aren't very good spellers, and a lot of us today actually rely on technology to do our spelling for us, or in part for us. We're starting to learn some new approaches, actually kind of reverting back to some old school phonics approaches that will help students learn how to spell and maintain those skills and use them in their daily writing. So we're going to do things a little bit differently in school this year, in class. We're going to have two types of words that we're learning. We're going to have red words and green words. Red words are words that cannot be sounded out. They're sight words. They're words that don't sound like they're spelled. For example, the word the. The is T-H-E, but it sounds like T-H, is you. There goes my lights, 1 second. You sit too long, that's what happens. Okay, so the sounds like T-H-U. So there are a lot of words that aren't spelled the way that they sound, and it's very confusing to kids. So we're going to be breaking those types of words into two groups. Red words, like I said, and green words. Green words are words that you can phonetically sound out and listen to. Our green words for this week and for next week and the following week, we are working on short vowel three-letter words. It follows a pattern called CVC, vowel, consonant, vowel. And the rule is when you have a word like this, where you have a vowel in the middle, that vowel is going to be short. Kids can sound it out. Did, d, id. They can tap it. That's what we work on here. We pound it first for the syllables. Did, which CVC words are all one syllable, but that will build skills for when we get to multi-syllable words. And then they tap it, starting with their left finger. I think this is the left when you're watching on the screen. D, id, d, d, id. And then they hear those sounds and they spell it out. So this week we've got did, him, his. There's a large variety of words that we're going to be working on that follow this pattern. Those are our green words that you can sound out. When we're learning green words, we're not just learning those small set of words. What we're really doing is learning a skill that can be applied to a wide variety of words so that students can spell more freely when they're working on their writing. So even though we're practicing a few of these words in class, we're asking students to be able to apply it to a large variety of words. The red words, though, we're learning only 2 words a week, and we'll be practicing those in class. When we're working on the red words in class, we use a multi-sensory approach. I won't walk you through the whole step. I'm still learning the steps as well. We're going to be using this screen mesh in the classroom. It's kind of bumpy, and it's kids like to use it. The students are going to get a paper that looks like this. They'll be putting it over their paper. They'll be tracing it with a red crayon. It leaves these bumpy impressions on the paper that students can then trace over with their finger and feel the way that the letters work. They'll be practicing it on the back 3 times as well. They'll be keeping all their red words on a little clip like this. In class, when we're practicing them, I'm going to be putting these on the smart board, but you can do this at home because these are going to go home. Excuse me, right now they're on a metal clip. If that's too difficult, you can replace it with a paper clip for your students. But when the students practice it, they should hold the word out so that they are looking at it like this. And then they start at their shoulder and they tap and slide like this. 2, T-O, 2. And they should do it 3 times. 2, T-O, 2, 2, T-O, 2, 2, T-O, 2. And then go to the next word. The, T-H-E, the, and so on. There's only 36 red words for all of first grade. As students master some of these words and the list gets a little longer, you might take a few out. But really the idea is in class, at least we'll be practicing these every day, all of the words. We may not do it 3 times for each word, but definitely the newer ones we would. So those are our red words. Let's see here. There won't be a standard weekly assessment test. I might have one each quarter to check in and see how they're learning the words, provide you some feedback. There might also be, got an email that was favorable for me. Sorry, where was I? Oh, or I might do a quarterly assessment, or bi-quarterly assessment, like do it twice a quarter. But I'm not going to over-assess the spelling words. The green words, most of the students will learn most of the words fairly easily because you can just sound them out, and we're working on it. I'll be pulling kids in small groups as I can for those students who need additional practice. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. We're following the Wharton-Gillingham practice for spelling. It's a phonetic program that the district sent us to training to last year. I think that's it. I hope the video was helpful. Probably took a little longer to watch the video than read a letter, but you probably got a better idea of how this works. So hope it helped.